Hello everybody and welcome to a new episode of Transfermarkt TV. My name is Casper Pop and we're going to bring you the latest news and rumors from the top leagues around the world. And in the focus we have names like Marco Reus, Lionel Messi and Jadon Sancho. And first of all we're going to take a look at Marco Reus, who played his 300th Bundesliga game at the weekend. Another player who had a big record now with his 400th La Liga game is Busquets. And Lionel Messi played his 506th La Liga game for Barcelona. The player with the most league games for the Catalans overtakes Xavi, who made 505 appearances for FC. Former Schalke man Weston McKennie scored his fourth goal of the season and is now the US record scorer in Serie A history, overtaking ex-Roman Michael Bradley. And Cristiano Ronaldo has now scored at least 25 goals in a season for the 14th time in a row across all competitions. The last time he failed to reach this mark was in 2006-2007 season with 23 goals. At 20 years old, 10 months and 26 days, Jadon Sancho is the youngest player in the Bundesliga history to score 35 goals at all. No other team has seen Bayern concede as many away defeats as Frankfurt, with 23 defeats at all. And this weekend's 2-0 defeat from Liverpool by Everton means they've lost 4 Premier League home games in a row, and it's the first time since 1923. So it looks like that Sergio Aguero's time at the Etihad come to an end. The all-time top scorer for Man City says he does not know what he's going to do in summer when his contract going to end. The striker extended his contract with City by another year in 2018 and it comes to conclusion at the end of June. The 32-year-old has made just 5 appearances this season and due to injuries and contracting COVID-19. However, the legendary striker has been back on the bench in the last 2 games, but it has to appear for City, who topped the Premier League table since January the 3rd. Guardiola told news conference in November that Aguero had earned the right to request a new contract. Aguero's focus is to get back playing with Guardiola. So I will finish my contract at the end of the season and I don't know what to do yet. The first thing I want to do is play, and at the end of the season I will see. New PSG boss Pochettino has a close relationship with 27-year-old England star Harry Kane and occasionally made the striker captain during his time managing the Spurs. Tottenham are believed to have slapped a £150 million valuation on Kane to deter any interest in their leader, with Manchester City reportedly keen on an attacker who scored 156 goals in 228 Premier League games for the Spurs. Along with City, PSG are one of the few clubs who could currently afford that kind of outlay despite the COVID pandemic wrecking football finances. Jose Mourinho is now favoured to become the Premier League's next managerial casualty following Tottenham's FA Cup exit. Spurs' hopes of winning the world's oldest cup competition are over for another year as they suffered a 5-4 defeat in a crazy tie at Goodison Park. The North London club are in wretched form, having won just one of their last 5 matches. And although they booked themselves a place in April's Carabao Cup final last month, poor league form and being knocked out of the FA Cup has added more of a spotlight on Mourinho's future. Telegraph reported that Julian Nagelsmann of RB Leipzig could be an option. Most important for Mourinho's future will be the next 3 league games, as they're all against clubs at the bottom of the Premier League table. Tottenham Hotspur expects a summer call for Marcel Sabitzer, 26-year-old. As the Football Insider heard, RB Leipzig was already looking for a departure from the Austrian and looking for a successor. The Spurs are said to have contact with the national player via intermediaries in January in order to realise the transfer after the current season. Sabitzer only has a contract until 2022 and it sees it in the upcoming transfer window so that Leipzig does not run the risk of losing the social access player after the contract expired without a transfer fee, belonging to a Tottenham interest they have been holding for a long time. And it looks like that the time of Hector Bellerin at Arsenal London come to an end, and he could be the door opener for a swap deal with Junior Firpo. So he leaving could be the big news at Arsenal this week, following developments which state he's ready to end his long association with the North London side. The Spaniard was heavily linked with the move to Paris Saint-Germain last summer, but was persuaded by Mikel Arteta and eager to stay at the Emirates Stadium. However, an exit could now be on the cards 12 months on, as Bellerin said to be considering a transfer with PSG ready to reignite their interest. Barcelona, Bellerin's boyhood club, also hold a long-term interest in the 25-year-old, and return to Catalonia could open the door for the swap deal with Liverpool, the 24-year-old player. Arsenal have made Club Brugge midfielder Aurélien Cousinu one of their top targets for the summer. The 20-year-old Ivorian is one of the rising stars of African football. His impressive form this season has been a factor in his side's climb to the summit of the Belgian top flight and their performances in the Europa League. Cousinu would cost around £8.5 million with performance-related add-ons. He joined Bruges from Swedish side Hammarby, having started his career with ASEC Mimosas in his homeland. Central midfield remains an area that Arteta is looking at ahead of the summer, with Tony Ceballos and Martin Odegaard's loan deals from Real Madrid both up. And it seems like that they are ready to go head-to-head with Barcelona for the signing of Sevilla winger Brahim Gil, who is currently on loan at Eibar according to reports. The 20-year-old is being closely watched by both clubs after impressing for the La Liga strugglers this season, scoring 3 goals and claiming 2 assists in 16 top-flight appearances. Gil is highly rated with parent club Sevilla, who have included a £35 million release clause in his contract. Despite both clubs showing interest in the player, they're likely to face a race against time in order to take advantage of the clause. This is because Sevilla are hoping to extend the current deal, which expires in 2023, by 2 years while slapping a new price tag of £150 million on their star. And it seems like that Manchester United have cooled their interest in Jadon Sancho. After problems at the start of the season, which followed a troubled summer with much speculation about a possible move to Manchester United, Jadon Sancho has recently got back on track. In 29 matches across all competitions, the 20-year-old winger already registered 10 goals and 15 assists for Borussia Dortmund. Sancho is in good form, and concrete rumours about a transfer to Old Trafford should not rise again in the near future for now. The reason for this is Mason Greenwood, one of the most valuable teenagers in the world with a market value of €50 million. The 19-year-old is a regular starter on the right wing under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer this season, also Sancho's best position, and as a result of his strong development was recently awarded with a contract extension until 2025 with an option for a further year on. The Northern English club is reportedly considering a summer bet for AC Milan goalkeeper Gianluigi Donnarumma, which could persuade Juventus, PSG and Bayern Munich to make a David De Gea swoop. The Italy international is enjoying a superb season with the Serie A club and has already made 233 first-team appearances at the age of 21. The goalkeeper's contract is set to expire at the end of the season, and a new deal is yet to be agreed with the Italian giants. United will try to convince the youngster to join them on a free transfer at the end of the season, paving the way for De Gea's departure. And it looks like they could come to a vast need for a new goalkeeper, because according to the Manchester Evening News, Tottenham Hotspur and West Ham United have both expressed interest in the goalkeeper Dean Henderson, and Chelsea are also interested in recruiting the services of the Englishman. The 23-year-old is not satisfied with playing second fiddle to David De Gea, having featured in just 2 Premier League games this term since returning from a season-long loan at Sheffield United. Henderson wants to leave Old Trafford this summer if he's not guaranteed the starting berth next season, and that has put both Tottenham and West Ham at alert. However, any interested clubs must be willing to part with £40 million to have a chance of landing the England international, and Man United will not hesitate to cash in on him if that amount is brought to the table. So at the moment, Manchester United, Liverpool and Chelsea are reportedly all eyeing up a potential transfer deal for RB Leipzig defender Ibrahima Konate. The Premier League trio are all being linked with Konate by German outlet Sport Bild, who report that he has a release clause of around €45 million. That could make him a bargain for Manchester United, Liverpool or Chelsea, who all need a top signing at centre-back in the next transfer window after enduring disappointing seasons. At Old Trafford, it seems increasingly clear that Harry Maguire is struggling due to the lack of quality partner next to him, with Victor Lindelof and Eric Bailly not looking good enough as long-term options. United looked like they could be title challengers a few weeks ago, but now it seems like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will have to strengthen again ahead of next season to really put together a competitive squad, and Konate could be a very useful addition. Liverpool, meanwhile, have seen their title defence fall apart in recent games after some poor results, with injuries and defence not helping their cause. Another player Liverpool have expressed their interest in is Sevilla's forward Lucas Ocampos, according to reports, and the La Liga outfit are determined for Takumi Minamino to be included in any potential deal. This comes from the Spanish outlet La Razón. They say that Julian Lopetegui could consider a lower fee for Ocampos if Liverpool were willing to make Minamino part of the equation. The Japanese international is currently enjoying a loan period with Southampton until the end of the season. Following his deadline day switch to St Mary's from Anfield Road. According to ESPN, Barcelona are said to be interested in Dortmund's Alexander Isak. The Swede is currently under contract with Real Sociedad and has rights in 20 La Liga games, goals, and prepared 2 more goals. But the 21 conflict, his contract gold-plated until 2024, will not be cheap for the numb Catalans. His release clause is 70 million euros. It may be important that BVB has to purchase option in the amount of 30 million euros and then resells Isak as a profit. So, and we can all be a bit lighthearted as Boris Johnson just said that the lockdown in England will end on the 21st of July. And that means that the fans will be able to return to the stadiums from May 17 at the earliest. Up to 10,000 people, or a quarter of the capacity, whichever is smaller, will be allowed in the largest venues like Wembley. But smaller stadiums will be limited to either 4,000 people or half of their capacity, whichever is the lower number. It means fans could return for the final day of the Premier League on May 23. Restrictions are hoping to be further lifted on June 21, which will impact this summer's Euro 2020 tournament delayed by 12 months. Jordan Morris' loan to Swansea City FC has come to an abrupt and unfortunate end. During his last game with the Swans against Huddersfield Town, Morris landed awkwardly after stepping on the ball. He was treated on the field before being stretched off in the 65th minute. As further scans showed, the 26-year-old US international suffered an ACL tear. Morris will undergo surgery with Dr. Bert Mandelbaum in Santa Monica, California. The Sounders issued the news in a press release on Monday. It is the second cruciate ligament rupture in his career after suffering a similar injury during the Major League Soccer season 2018. Morris was officially loaned out to Swansea City from Seattle Sounders FC in January 2021. And according to media reports, Olympique Marseille have found a new head coach. RMC Sport, among others, reports that the French Ligue 1 club has reached an agreement with Jorge Sampaoli. The Argentinian is set to receive a contract running until 2023. Only the signature is still missing. Olympique Marseille had parted ways with head coach André Villas-Boas after disputes on February 2nd. Head of the academy Nasser Laghi then took over as an interim basis. And of course, we have a statistic of the day for you, and it's the players with less Champions League games to score 10 goals. And on the 5th spot is Mohamed Salah, the Red superstar and goal machine, who needed 11 games to do so. As well, 11 games needed the 4th spot, Cristiano Ronaldo, who was 25 back then with Real Madrid. And also 11 games needed Adriano, who was 23 with Inter Milan. On the 2nd spot is the Bayern Munich legend Roy Mackay, who only needed 10 games to do so, including a hat-trick against Ajax Amsterdam. And on the top spot is Erling Haaland, who only needed 7 games. And on top, he's one of 5 teenagers with a hat-trick in Champions League history. So, thank you for watching, have a lovely week, please subscribe and see you next time. Bye bye!